We give the Most High all the glory and all the honor for His love and His kindness. We are here again. Today we're going to be dealing with the book of Sirach, chapter 22. I am thinking that this might be the last day we will deal with the book of Sirach, because I'm trying to arrange things. I do have students here that I really want to start teaching them about health. And there are some deep things, some important things I need to teach them about health. So our broadcast will continue to go on. I will continue to go live every day. You're making noise. When you're you're making noise. So our broadcast will continue to go on every day. But it's just going to be, it's probably going to be about health, which is also good. This is good because some of you know that I do teach about health. I am not just talking about health. I benefited so much from living the way that Yah wants us to live in terms of health-wise. I am not supposed to be here right now. I used to have a problem, medical problem, where when I use the toilet, there's blood. There's blood coming out of my body. And I did not take a single medicine. It was through that natural way that Yah healed me, by me changing my diet. So I think in terms of biblical things, in terms of scriptures, I have more than 500 videos. I probably have like anywhere between 50 to 100 videos that I have not uploaded, because sometimes I have to edit this video, and sometimes I don't have time to edit them for whatever reason. So I have enough of other things online. I have almost zero when it comes to health. This is the man I was trying to call. I was trying to call this man back, but he wasn't answering. Now he's bothering me. So anyway, so here is my point that I'm trying to make, my brothers and sisters. There's so much information I have when it comes to health. So much information. I went out this morning to preach. You can see that video on Facebook. I also posted a link on our WhatsApp group. There was a woman that came to me. That woman said that she was inside listening while I was preaching. And she realized, wait a minute, she was like, wait, this sounds like what somebody taught us in the past. What this man is saying sounds like what that man have taught us in the past. So she came outside and she saw that it was me. So I was teaching them, that was like about 2 years ago. So I was teaching them, but then I had to travel. So I traveled back to the US and that program stopped. So my point, I'm saying all this to say that I may have to focus on health. Health. I just have to figure out a way to rearrange things, because this book of Sirach that I'm teaching my student is also very important. So today we're going to be dealing with chapter 22, Sirach 22. But tomorrow we may now begin with health. I'm not sure yet. I still have to think about it to see how we can go. But I am kind of excited within myself that we're going to be dealing with health, because whatever I teach them about health, we will do it live. And you, like you're watching right now, I see somebody is watching. I can see that whatever we do will also be something that will be beneficial. I'm going to be teaching how to lose weight, how to cure different diseases, hypertension, diabetes, how to do it naturally. How to do it naturally. That is what I would like to teach these children, so that they will not suffer in the future. So that they will have an easy way of making money and not have to struggle and go be somebody's slave in order to make money, So I want you to know that the live broadcast will continue. As long as I'm alive, Yah is willing. The live broadcast will continue. We already did a live broadcast this morning. We went out to preach. I spoke for more than 1 hour, about an hour and 25 minutes. I spoke on the street. You can watch it on Facebook, Igbo Israelite Assembly. But then when we come back, like we came back now we're doing this. So I'm going to continue to do live broadcasts almost every day. This is how I used to do it in the past. I used to do live broadcasts, but then I stopped due to too much walk. So if I can divide myself, if it's possible, I would love to continue with the book of Sirach, the study, and also do the health study. But we'll see how it goes. Just keep on checking, keep watching, and if anything, whatever, feel free to give me a call. Right now, we're going to deal with Sirach chapter 22 right now. So let me just take this link and post on other platforms. We're going to be dealing with Sirach chapter 22 today. And then tomorrow we might be dealing with health. Because I really, like as I said, I want to teach my students about health, how to cure various diseases. But we're going to start from foundation. We're going to be learning basic human function, basic functions of our body. We'll start from there before we now go to other deep stuff about health. Before we now get to the point where I'll begin to teach them about health stuff. So I don't know, I feel really happy that we're going to be dealing with health here online, because I know that there's plenty of our brothers and sisters who are overweight. Our people are overweight. We are not supposed to be overweight. A lot of our people have health problems. You know, that's just a reality. A lot of our people have health problems. They have all kinds of disease. There's nobody to help them. You know, it's all good to know that we're Israelite. It's all good to know that we are Israelite. But there's a lot more. There's a lot more to that. It's not just knowing that we're Israelite. There's a way much more. After you know that we're Israelite, then what? What happens next? You know. So just bear with me. Let me just do this. Let me just post this just to let our people know that we're on Sirach 22 study. So let's just do this, and then we will go ahead and go to Sirach 22. I pray that it will be as it was yesterday, because we do learn something when we go through these things. So Sirach 22 study. I'm going to post this just to let our brothers and sisters know that we are on, and you are welcome to join us. And I look forward to this study that we're going to be doing today. So all praises to our Heavenly Father. Give the Most High all the glory and all the honor for His love and His kindness. Yah has been very kind to us. Yah has been very grateful, very blessed, and He's provided for us. He's blessed us. So just bear with me, my brothers and sisters. Let me post this to these platforms, and then we will continue. Let's see, let me post on Facebook. If it's not going to post, then I'll just move on. So all praises to the Most High for His love and His kindness to us. Yah have been very faithful, very kind, and I can't complain. No matter the situation, I will continue to be grateful and thankful to our Heavenly Father, no matter the situation. We will continue to praise Yah, we'll continue to worship Yah, no matter the situation. So I'm trying to copy this and share it on Facebook, just to let our brothers and sisters know that we're here, and they can come and watch and join us That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, let's get to, or even Skype. I need to post it on Skype also. Let's go to Facebook. So yeah, and also my brothers and sisters, you can always give me a call. You can always call. If anything comes up, if you have any question, you're welcome to give me a call. I am really happy right now. I do have some, some issue. I have some issue, some situation, but that I have to sort out with some people. But other than that, I'm generally happy. I am happy that I'm finally doing what I have been assigned to do, focusing on it, because I've been saying as soon as we finish the feast, I will focus completely on this. And that's what's happening. So I'm very grateful and thankful to our Heavenly Father that, that I'm doing these things, because that's really what I want to do. That's how I want to live my life. I want to serve the Most High, being a witness, warning other people, to return back to the law and keep the commandment. I know fully well that they will not listen. I know that they will not listen. I know that. So I'm not delusional. I'm not under a delusion that our people will listen. Just bear with me. I just need to post this, and then we will get started. I need to teach these kids how to post these things, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to spend 5 minutes trying to post videos. So, all right. So let me post the last one. Sirach 22. Study. Commandment. School. Okay. Post the link. All right. So I think we're good to go. So let's get into the study. No, not that one. This one. Yes. All right. So all praises to our Heavenly Father. We thank the Most High for His love and His kindness. We're dealing with Sirach chapter 22 today. Sirach chapter 22. Sirach chapter 22. It says, lazy people are no better than dung. Lazy people are no better than dung. Who knows what is a dung? What is a dung? Lazy people are no better than a dung. What is a dung? People who are lazy are no better than a dung. What is a dung? If you know, tell me. Dung. Dung. Oh, you guys don't know what a dung is. Wow. A dung. A dung. You don't know what dung is. It says that lazy people are no better than a dung. If you find out what a dung is, you'll be surprised. Nobody knows what a dung is. You don't know? If you find out what a dung is, if they keep you where they keep a dung, you will run away. You will cover your nose. If they keep you where they keep a dung, you will cover your nose. Dung are huge, but they are not pleasant. They are smelly. Dung. Let me show you the picture of a dung. A dung. Images. That's a dung. That's shit from a cow. That's poo-poo. That's shit. Toilet. That's a dung. That's a cow. That's a cow dung. Toilets that come out of a cow, dung. A cow's waste is a dung. It is smelly. It is very smelly. A cow's dung. So the Bible is telling you that lazy people are no better than a cow's dung. It is not good for us to be lazy. Look at our life today. We woke up early this morning. Around 5, I woke you up, and we went out. We preached. We come back. We're doing this. We did the same thing yesterday. I think we did the same thing day before yesterday. I'm not sure if we did it the day before yesterday. We might do it tomorrow. If you're going to be busy, make sure that part of your time you're using it to serve Yah. You're using part of your time to serve Yah. If you're going to be busy, don't just be busy. Use part of your time to serve the Most High. A lot of people are don't you see what's happening this morning? See how people are walking, going to school, going to work. Oh my goodness, we are under a curse. We are under a curse. We are a cursed people because we are busy doing nothing. Look at the way people are just rushing to work, rushing to school, rushing to work, busy doing nothing. Don't be that type of busy. That is why I want to teach you the things I'm going to teach you. That is if you continue behaving yourself. If you don't behave yourself, I'm going to reject you. I will reject you. There are people that came here before you. There are people that came before you. They are no longer here. Before you came to this house, there are people here before you. They were gone before you came. So if you're not going to behave yourself, I will throw you out. What are you doing for me? What are you giving me? What are you doing for me? What award are you giving me? You're here for your own good. You're here for your own good, and you're not going to be lazy. You will be busy for Yah. You must be busy for Yah, not just for yourself. You must, even if it's one day in a week, use it to go house to house. Even if you want to 5 house, and don't do what we did the other day. I don't normally do that. You see how we went to that house to go and tell them that they have to keep the law. And that foolish man was arguing. Don't do that. When I go house to house, people are trying to get me to stay. People usually, I have to go. So the reason why I stayed that night is because, first of all, it was already night time. We shouldn't be going knocking in people's door at night to go and preach. That is not a good idea. If you're coming into a compound to come and preach to somebody, you should come in there in the daytime. So it was already night time. And it was raining. And you guys were talking with him. So I came and began to talk to him. So normally I don't like to sit and argue with people like that. No. I am not out to go and debate with somebody and argue. I'm going house to house. I'm giving them tracts. I'm telling them that they have to keep the law. What I do is very simple. I come into a house. I have the paper. I have the tracts. I say to them, good afternoon or good evening or whatever. I'm going around. Please, I would like to give you this. I would like to give you this paper. This paper is, if you read it, you will see it's saying that we are the people of the Most High. We are the Israelites. And the Most High is not happy with that we're suffering. Our Heavenly Father is not happy that we're suffering today. And our Heavenly Father would like to bless us. But because we are not keeping his commandment, we are suffering. And the Most High, our Heavenly Father, God makes it very clear that if we do not keep his commandment, he will not bless us. If you read this paper, you will see that God is very clear. There are Bible verses that show that if we do not keep his commandment, he will not bless us. If we keep his commandment, he will bless us. There are also Bible verses in this paper that show that we, the Igbos, are the Israelite of the Bible. So there's a phone number. If you have any question, feel free to call that phone number. This is how I normally talk to them, and I will leave. Sometimes they'll be like, wait, brother, stop. Wait, brother, wait. Are you saying that we're not supposed to eat crayfish? I see on this paper, you say we're not supposed to eat crayfish. I say yes, Leviticus chapter 11. We are not supposed to eat crayfish. Brother, wait, you say that a woman is not supposed to wear trousers. Yes. Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. I wrote the Bible verse here. Hey, wait, brother. Are you saying that a man must have a beard? Yes. So usually people start asking me questions based on these things I wrote out here. But I try not to waste my time there. I answer their question and then I go, because I want to go into as many houses as possible to tell them that they're Israelite and that we have to keep the law, and I give them this paper and I go. So I don't like to go into a house and I will stay in one house and argue. No, I'm not out to do that. I am out to go house to house. And I'm speaking of laziness. I'm talking to you because of laziness. Sirach chapter 2 verse 1. A lazy person is better than a dog. You need to be busy for Yah. Be busy for the Most High. Don't be like foolish people in the world. People are very busy. If in the morning you see them running around, they go and grab their coffee. They get ready. They go to their car. They're running around. They're busy. They go to work. They're busy doing nothing because they are under a curse. They're under slavery. You need to be busy for the Most High. Be busy for your Heavenly Father. Make out time. I told you I believe in the book of Sirach. I told you I love the book of Sirach. Are you not seeing my life? Are you not seeing me doing what's in the book of Sirach? Do you not think that I'm doing what the things in the book of Sirach? Is there any evidence that I'm doing the book of Sirach? You don't hear what you know my question. Don't you hear my question? I say I believe in the book of Sirach. Is there any evidence? Is there any evidence that I believe in the book of Sirach?
Yes.
I'm telling you that we are not supposed to be lazy. The book of Sirach says that. I'm telling you that we have to be busy for Yah. Do you not see that in my life? This morning when we went out, when we were going out, was it not raining?
It was raining.
Yeah. I could have said, it's raining. I would like for us to go out and preach to the people in the community. But it's raining. So let's not go. No, I didn't do that. I said, no, we're going to go. We're going to go. I'm going to bring the car. If worse come to worse, you people will stay inside the car. And I will stand outside with an umbrella and preach. So we left. And the rain went away. There's no rain. There was no rain. But it was trying to rain when we left. So when I tell you that you have to be busy for Yah, because me, my life, over my life, I spent so many years busy, chasing money. I work from morning till evening. Very busy. Working in California. And that is the life of a lot of people. They're very busy. They don't have time to read the scriptures. They don't have time to obey the law. And they don't have time to serve Yah. Listen, it is not enough to keep the commandment. It is not enough to keep the commandment. Deuteronomy 10, 12 and 13. Deuteronomy 10, 12 and 13. Look at what it says. Deuteronomy 10, 12 and 13. It is not enough to keep the law. It is not enough. Let me show you what I mean that it's not enough. If you think, oh yeah, I'm wearing my fringes, I have my beard, I'm wearing my veil, I'm keeping the Sabbath, I'm keeping the feast days. Beautiful, good, but it's not enough. Look at this. Deuteronomy chapter 10, 12 and 13. And now, Israel, What doeth Yah thy Elohim require of thee? What does Yah require of thee? What is required? Hmm? What is required? Required.
Like if or
Speak it in English.
like what Yah wants from us.
Thank you. What Yah wants from us. I still speak English because we do have some people here. And I think some of them, one of them or some of them might be speaking English. We're doing our program in English now. Because the Igbo people that we doing it for Igbo, in Igbo language, where do you see them? So we have to try to accommodate our brothers and sisters who do not speak Igbo language. There are plenty of our people in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Belize, Trinidad, America, Canada, who do not speak Igbo language, but they want to keep the law. And we do have some of them that listens to me. So I have to make sure that I accommodate those people by speaking a language that they can understand. Isaiah 28:11, Isaiah 28:11, Isaiah 28:11. Yah said that he will speak to his people with a different tongue. So if when I'm talking to Igbo people, I speak Igbo language. When I talk to those who do not speak Igbo language, I speak English, the Igbo language that they will understand. So this is what the Most High requires from us. Deuteronomy 10. And now Israel, what does Yah thy Elohim require of thee? But to fear Yah thy Elohim, to walk, to fear Yah thy Elohim, to walk in all his ways, to walk in all his ways. These are things that the Most High requires from us. To fear him, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yah thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To serve him with all our heart and with all our soul. To keep the commandment of Yah your Elohim and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy own good. So it is not enough to keep the commandment. Look here in verse 18, Deuteronomy 10:13. Deuteronomy 10:13. It's good to keep the commandment. It is good to keep the commandment, but we have to also serve Yah. We have to serve Yah. I told you yesterday when we went out to preach yesterday. I told you when we went out to preach, I did the talking. But the person that carried this thing, the person that carried this is also serving Yah. When we went out to preach, one of you who carried this thing to go to that place, you're also a servant of Yah. You are a servant of Yah. The person that carried the speaker, is also a servant of Yah. The person that was on the camera, mounting the camera or manning the camera, is also a servant. It's a teamwork. It's not. I'm not the only servant of Yah. If I'm going to preach, if I'm going to a church, anything I do, I use this thing to read stuff. I use this thing to flog you. I use this to flog my student. If they do something wrong, I flog them with this. It's a cane. But I also use it to read this. So, if they do something deliberately wrong, deliberately, one of them broke something like similar to this. I went out and I saw that one of them was playing and he broke this. He broke something like this. As soon as I came back, he came to the car. He said, I was playing and the football hit on this and it broke. I did not flog him. It's an accident. When a child has an accident, I'm not going to flog that child. But when a child deliberately acts stupid, I will flog the hell out of you. Like this one over here, like this stupid one. So when a child deliberately does something that they're not supposed to do, deliberately, then you have to punish them. So I use this to also read what I read. So if I'm going to preach and you come and you pick this up, you pick it up, and you come with it, you carry it with me to the place that I'm preaching, I am a servant of Yah, you are a servant of Yah. Because it's a teamwork, we work together. The person who is holding the microphone is a servant of Yah. The person who is carrying the speaker is a servant of Yah. We work as a team. It's a teamwork. So, like as I said, I came here to show you in Deuteronomy chapter 12 that it is not enough to keep the commandment. We are required to keep the commandment, Deuteronomy 10:13. But we are also required to serve Yah. Look at it right here. And to serve Yah with thy Elohim with all your heart and with all your soul. We have to serve Yah. Now let me go back to our main, what we were reading earlier. We have to serve Yah. Now look at this. Lazy people are no better than a dog. So my point is, don't be busy only for yourself. Try and be busy for Yah. That is my point. You don't have to know how to speak like me. I spoke this morning for about almost an hour and 30 minutes. Almost 1 hour and 30 minutes, 1 hour and 20 something minutes. I spoke in public, right? I spoke in public. You don't have to speak like me, okay? I'm saying this because I don't want you to say, well, brother, I would like to serve Yah, but I don't know how to speak. You don't know how to speak. You can take something like this. Just make a copy. Go to the store, make copies and give it to people. If you make a copy and you cut it, when I make a copy, it comes four in one page, 4 per page, 4 per page. When I send it to you, if you want it, I can send it to you. When I send it to you, it comes like in one page. You take that page, you go to the store and you print it. You go to the store and you print it. When you print it, then you use scissors. That is how I do it. You use scissors to cut it into 4. So it looks something like this. If you take it, give it to people one by one. You don't have to say anything. You can just say, oh, good afternoon, good morning. Please, I would like to share this with you. This is talking about, how God wants us to keep his commandments so he can bless us. You could just say something like that. You could just say something like that. Okay? So, if you take this and you're sharing it with people, you go out, you give, even if it's 10, even if it is 10 that you give to somebody, you are serving Yah. Because if you keep doing this, if you keep giving it to people, by the time 1 month will pass, 2 months will pass, 6 months will pass, at some point, you're going to see that one person will read it and start thinking, and they may begin to keep the law. And if they begin to keep the law, the Most High will be happy with you. As you see in Daniel chapter 12. Daniel chapter 12 talks about those that turn many to righteousness. Those who turn others to righteousness. What is righteousness? Psalm 119 verse 172. Psalm 119 verse 172 shows you that the commandments of Yah is righteousness. Luke chapter 1, 5 and 6. Luke chapter 1, 5 and 6 shows you that those who keep the commandment, they are the righteous. People tell you today that, oh, nobody can keep the law. Nobody can keep the law. That is why Jesus came and died. Nobody can keep the law. If people can keep the law, then Jesus would not have come. Jesus came because nobody could keep the law. It is a lie. It is a lie. Look, let me show you. Don't let them deceive you and tell you that rubbish. That nobody could. Let me show you that people were keeping the law before Jesus was born. Luke chapter 1, 5 and 6. Luke 1, 5 and 6. Look at this couple. There was Luke chapter 1, 5 and 6. There was in the days of Herod, king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias of the course of Abia State. We do have Abia State, right? This is Abia right here. Onitsha is also in the Bible, in the book of Exodus. Onitsha, that we know of, is in the Bible. Abia State, Abia, is in the Bible. This man came from the lineage of Abia. And his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. He's telling you about the mother and the father of John the Baptist before Christ was born. This was before Christ was born. Now look at what the Bible says about these people. And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless. They kept all the law blameless. They were blameless before the Most High. Don't let anybody, these foolish people, tell you that nobody was able to keep the law. Nobody could keep the law. That's why Jesus came. That's why Jesus came, because nobody could keep the law. Well, Genesis chapter 26. Genesis 26 verse 5 told you that Abraham kept all the law. Genesis 26 5. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandment, my statutes, and my laws. So the reason why the Most High loved Abraham is not because of his faith. It is because the Most High, Abraham, kept all his commandments. That is not what I'm telling you. That is what you see here. The Most High is telling you that the reason why he loves Abraham, or the reason why he blessed Abraham, I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and I will give thy seed all these countries, and thy seed shall all nations, and in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed. Because Abraham kept the commandment. That's why the Most High blessed Abraham. The reason why I'm saying this and I'm reading this is because this is a class. We're going through a class, and I'm trying to show you, so when somebody starts telling you that, oh, we don't have to keep the law because nobody was able to keep the law, that's nonsense. And we have to be busy for Yah. You have to develop the habit of serving Yah. Whether you are a man or a woman, there are some people that preach that women cannot serve Yah. Depends on what you mean by serving Yah. A woman going out and telling people that they have to obey the Most High. What's wrong with that? What Bible verse is against that? What Bible verse says that a woman cannot go out house to house or on the street and tell people that they have to be obedient? What Bible says that? A woman cannot do that. What Bible says a woman cannot go and share gospel tracts about keeping the law? We all are supposed to serve Yah. We all are supposed to serve Yah in one way or the other. So according to Sirach, the book of Sirach is telling us not to be lazy. Not to be lazy. Lazy people are no better than a dung. They are repulsive. Do you know what repulsive is? They are repulsive. We are in a class right now, so we have to make sure that we understand these words. If you don't know it, tell me you don't know it, and I'll tell you what it is. What is repulsive? It says that lazy people are repulsive. Lazy people are repulsive. They are repulsive. What is repulsive?
Like they are worthless.
Okay, what is repulsive? You try. Thank you for trying. What is repulsive? Repulsive. You don't know? If you don't know, tell me you don't know. I don't need you to keep him quiet. If I ask you a question, it's either you know or you don't know. Don't keep quiet because something is wrong. I'm sure your head is okay. If I ask you a question, if you don't know it, tell me you don't know. But don't keep quiet as if I'm not. If you're going to keep quiet, then get out of this place. Then leave. Just go out. Okay? If I ask, tell me I don't know. Or if you know, tell me that you know. Don't be keeping quiet as if I'm just talking to myself. Repulsive, arousing intense, distance or disgust. Repulsive is equivalent to disgust. You don't want to be around a repulsive person. You will not be happy being around a repulsive person. They're disgusting. And lazy people have already been described as a dung. If a cow comes inside this place and a cow poops out a dung on the ground, you will not be able to stay in this room at some point. You'll be going to smell. And A lazy person is described as a dung, and repulsive. And no one wants to get near them. No one wants to get near them. I don't want you to be lazy. You have to be ready to do things. Don't wait for manna to come down from heaven. Don't wait for manna to come down from heaven. You have to work hard. Sirach 7:15. Sirach 7:15. It says that the Most High created farming. Do not avoid farm work, for the Most High created it. Do not avoid farm work, for the Most High created it. The Most High doesn't want us to be lazy. And European culture, European system have made us to be lazy. Western culture have made us to be lazy. We can't do anything for ourselves anymore. We don't know how to treat ourselves when we get sick. We don't know how to prepare our own food. We don't know how to make our own clothes. We have to go to the store and buy clothes. Clothes that somebody else designed. We're supposed to buy material and go to the store and have a tailor person. We tell the tailor how to sew it for us. Western culture, European culture have made us to become too lazy. And the Most High does not like that. Verse 3. It is a disgrace to a father to have an undisciplined child. It is a disgrace to a father to have an undisciplined child, especially if it is a daughter. Last night, I was walking and I came across a store. The woman that owned that store was just like this, sitting in front of the store. She was just sitting there. I walked by. I said to her, I know her, I've been buying things from her. I said to her, I was like, it looks like you're reflecting. And then eventually she started telling me, she started crying. She told me, look across the street over there. My son is over there smoking. My son, I feel like a failure. My son, sometimes my son will leave the house. I won't see him for like 2 days. She said, you see this bag that I'm carrying, I cannot leave it around my son. Bag of money, because she has a store. She said she was crying. I said, okay. She gave me the description of her son. I went over there. Her son was standing with about 2 or 3 boys, and they were smoking weed, Indian hemp. This boy is 15 years old. 15 years old. As soon as I came to that place, there was other boys, the other one was smoking weed, Indian hemp, and her son was standing there with them. His name is Good Luck. I asked, who is Good Luck? He said that he's Good Luck. I said, okay, come out, follow me. So I took him out, took him back to his mother's store. I said, today I'm going to see you today. I will see you today. I said, if I don't see you today, I'm not going to be the only one looking for you. I will look for you with other people. And what I want to do is that I'm going to talk to the mother. And I will talk to some security people. They will take him, bound him with ropes. He will be bounded with ropes, and they will take me inside the bush and flog him very well. He needs to be disciplined. The mother was just sitting there crying. He has a father. His father is there. But because we no longer follow the law, we do no longer know how to raise children. What did the Most High say? When a child does certain things, bring that child in public and flog that person in front of everybody. We don't do that anymore because we're following Europeans. We're following white people. We don't know how to raise kids anymore. So I promised this woman, I told her to stop crying. Don't worry, we'll fix your son. Because that boy needs to have fear. That boy needs to have fear. When I talk to some people, security people that I know, give them some money, they will get that boy. They will bound him with rope. Bound him, his hand behind his back with rope, and flog him well. That will put fear on him. he will behave himself. Because we no longer keep the law, we don't know how to handle these things anymore. It is a disgrace to a father to have an undisciplined child. You will not be undisciplined around me. I will discipline the hell out of you. If you refuse to be disciplined, that means you are an animal, and I will treat you like an animal. If you refuse to be disciplined, discipline means that you cannot act impulsively. You can't just do whatever you want. You have to think before you do things. You can't just be shouting anyhow. You can't just be laughing anyhow. You can't just get ready and leave whenever you want. You can't just have any kind of friends. You can't just eat whatever you want. You can't just do whatever you want. You have to do things according to the law of Yah, or else you are undisciplined. And I hate undisciplined people. I hate undisciplined people. A disciplined person does not always do what they want. A disciplined person, sometimes you will insult them, they will keep quiet. Because they are disciplined. An undisciplined person, you insult them, they start fighting. They start throwing things. They bring things. They throw. They start fighting. They break bottle. They start. That's an undisciplined person. An undisciplined person has self-control. A disciplined person has self-control. They know when to talk. They don't talk anyhow. They're respectful. They obey authority. They obey those who are above them wherever they are. You must be disciplined. The Most High hates undisciplined people. I showed you in Deuteronomy 32, where the Most High talked about how the Israelites became fat. We are not supposed to be fat. The Israelites became fat and what? Unruly. Do you know what unruly is? What is unruly? What is unruly? You guys are undisciplined because I will flog you, including you. I flog her. She's 26 years old, and I do flog her. You're 17. She's 26. I flog her. So don't you think that I'm not going to flog you? About 5 minutes ago, I told you if I ask you a question, if you don't know the answer, tell me you don't know. I did not ask you a question to humiliate you. I asked you a question so I can teach you. If you don't know what unruly is, then I will tell you what unruly is. Simple. If you know what unruly is, you tell me unruly is this. About some days ago, we read Deuteronomy 32, and the Most High was complaining how the Israelites became fat and unruly. I asked you that day, what is unruly? And then I went on to explain to you that day what unruly is. Israelites of today, those in America, those in Jamaica, those right here in Igbo land, we are very unruly. And the Most High don't like unruly people. So now again, I'm asking you, what is unruly? And I told you for about 5 minutes ago, if I ask you a question, you have to answer. If you are a disciplined children, then because I already told you about 5 minutes ago, if I ask you a question, if you don't know it, tell me you don't know it. Simple. But I asked you, one person said they don't know. The rest of you kept down. You sat down. Then the next thing, I'm going to start flogging you with this. Right now, right here, live on YouTube. I'll flog you. What is unruly? If you don't know it, tell me you don't know. Simple.
I think unruly is proud and rude. Proud and rude.
Proud, rude. You are partially correct. Proud and rudeness is part of unruly. Proud and rudeness is definitely, because an unruly person is definitely proud. And did you say arrogant?
No.
What's the other word? Rude, yes. So proudness and rudeness is definitely part of unruliness. Okay, so who else wants to answer? Okay, so unruly. Oh my goodness, that is us today. Our behavior is disgusting. Our people today, our behavior is very, very disgusting. Our people are wild. Our people are wild. Don't you see the way we behave? Our people are very uncivilized. No, I don't want to use the word uncivilized. That's the word that our enemies use to describe us. Let me not use the word uncivilized. But our people are undisciplined. Very undisciplined, very wild. We talk very loud. We are not considerate. You know, we are no longer, we're not holy anymore. We're not set apart. We are supposed to be an example to the other nations. We are supposed to be an example. Our people today are very, very arrogant. I say we because I'm including myself. We are very arrogant. We're very loud. We're very, we have this, we're so far away from who we are supposed to be. We're no longer who we are supposed to be. We're very unruly, like the Most High said in Deuteronomy chapter 22, or Deuteronomy 32. We are, like when you see two sisters fighting on the street, you see two Hebrew women fighting, holding each other in their hair, dragging each other, and punching each other. You see young men slaughtering each other, killing each other over nonsense. It's disgusting. That's not who we are supposed to be, but that's who we have become. And the only thing that can fix us is not Jesus. It is not Jesus that will fix us. Psalm 19:7. Psalm 19:7. The only thing that will fix us is this. Psalm 19:7. Look at it. Look at this. The only thing that will fix us. Where am I? Because, okay. Let me read this first. Since this one came up. Wait, I went to Proverb. So instead of Psalm. I said Psalm 97, right? Mm-hmm. Right, but I came to Proverb. Okay. All right. So let me read this since this one came up. Proverb 19:16. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul, but he that despiseth his own ways shall die. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul. All right. So let me go to the place that I quoted earlier. You have Psalm, you have Proverbs. After Proverbs, or after Psalm is Proverbs, but I went to Proverb. All right, this is what I wanted to show you. Psalm 19:7. The law of Yah is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yah is sure, making the wise simple. I came to this place because of this word, converting the soul. The only thing that will fix us today is the law. Keeping of the law is the only thing that can fix us. To be honest with you, I don't like our people. I don't. The ones who do not keep the law, of course. I don't like our people who do not keep the law. So we are connection. Our people, those who do not keep the law, I hate dealing with them. I hate dealing with our people who do not keep the law. Because when we do not keep the law, we lie, we steal. I don't like dealing with people who do not keep the law. Because they can easily lie to you, they can easily steal from you, they can easily do anything because they don't keep the law. So anything goes. When you deal with those who do not keep the law, anything goes. Those who keep the law will at least, they will consider, they will think twice before they lie to you. They will think twice. So, the only thing that can fix us is not praying, it is not believing in Jesus, it is all going back to the law. Like it says in Psalm 19:7, the law of Yah is perfect, converting the soul. That's what converted my soul. I used to be a very, 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 very big liar. I used to commit adultery, I used to commit sexual sin a lot. I used to do things I wasn't supposed to do a lot. It is the law of Yah that converted my soul. If not for keeping the law, I would still be doing those things. See? All right, so let's continue. It is a disgrace to have a disciplined child, especially if it's a daughter. A sensible daughter will get a husband, but a shameless daughter brings her father grief. A girl with no sense of propriety will disgrace both her husband and her father. Neither will have any respect for her. A sensible daughter will get a husband. The reason why I tell you the things I tell you, you see, if somebody said they want to come and marry you, and the person come and ask me genuinely, what do you think about her? You're the one that raised her. You're the one that taught her. I will tell that person the truth. I'm not going to lie to that person. I will tell the person the things I am observing in you right now. I will tell the person the things I'm observing. I'm not going to lie to that person so that in the next 2 years, 3 years, that person will come and say, brother, why did you do this to me? Why didn't you tell me that she was like that? Why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you tell me that? See the way you just rolled your eyes. I just said it to you. You turned your head like this and you rolled your eyes. I like that you do things like that. I like it. Because it's good that you're doing things like that. You're showing who you are. It's very beautiful. I like it. You're showing who you are, and I like it. I like people to be who they are. Because a good child will have remorse. You don't have remorse. You might have remorse. Do you know what remorse is? Do you know what remorse is? Remorse. When somebody is remorseful, do you know what it is? Yes. What is remorse?
It's like to show concern about what I say about you.
Not really. When you do something wrong and you're confronted, that is, when you do something wrong and you're told that what you did is wrong, a normal person will say, I'm sorry. They will, even their body language will show it. It's not even about what you say. I notice that when you do something wrong and I flog you, you don't show body language. Your body language doesn't say you're sorry. What your body language shows is that you're being defiant. You're being defiant, like when I beat you this today. When you do something wrong, when I flog you, your body language is, you might have a body language. Do you know what the body language is? Do you know what the body language is?
Yes.
What is the body language?
How you do.
What?
How you do.
It's not even how you do. You see, that's the point I was trying to make earlier. You you think you are wise, you think you're sharp, you think you are, you think you are wise, but you don't know anything. You know nothing. You don't even know what a body language is. You don't know that I can tell things about you, but just by the way you act. Without you saying a word, I can tell things about you. So what I just made a statement now. You were sitting up before I made that statement. After I made that statement, you almost like rolled your eyes. That means something. Because what did I say? I said that if somebody comes to marry you, they will ask me, what kind of person is she? What kind of this is this? What kind of this is that? Am I going to lie to that person? I'll tell that person the truth. So as soon as I say that, you lean back. You lean back and you look the way you look like this. What your body language is saying is that you don't care. Your body language is telling me what's in your heart. What you were thinking in your heart when you lean back and you almost rolled your eyes is like, well, I don't care. You could tell them whatever you want. I don't give a damn. I don't care. You could tell them whatever you want to tell them. That's what your body language is saying. Now, if I don't care, I'll just keep quiet and not say anything. But I've already made up my mind. I can tell who you are through your body language. I can tell who you are by you not even saying much. You're not remorseful at all. When you do something wrong and you are confronted, you are beaten or you're flogged, you don't show any remorse. And this is exactly what you're going to take to your husband's house. You're keeping quiet. You're not saying anything because you're still young. The reason why you're keeping quiet is because you're still young. When you get to a certain age and when you have a husband, you're going to be doing things like that. You're going to be challenging your husband. And it depends on who you marry. Because somebody like me, I will take something like this and I'll break your head. I will break your head. You're the type that will be challenging your husband. Because look at you, look at the way you are now, and you don't have any remorse. You have no remorse when you do something wrong. And what are we reading? We're reading the book of Sirach. A sensible daughter will get a husband. Sirach chapter 22:4. A sensible daughter will get a husband, but a shameless daughter brings her father grief. Grief. Because the type of behavior that you have is the type of behavior that will get her father grief. How can a daughter bring her father a grief? By somebody marrying you, you have no respect, you don't care, you're very defiant, you're very arrogant, you have no remorse, you're always challenging your husband, you're always getting into argument. I can already see you in the future. I can see you. But my prayer, I don't know if I'm actually praying that prayer, but I pray that you will not get, somebody like me will not marry you, because I will knock the tooth out of your mouth. I will treat you like a wild animal. I will beat you and beat you until you will come to the conclusion that for you to get your stuff and leave. Because I will not tolerate it. I hate rebellious women. And the men that I train, the men that listen to me, they also hate rebellious women. I teach men not to tolerate a disobedient woman. I teach men that Adam was a weak man. Adam was very weak. I did not learn that from a church or Bible school, because I did not go to Bible school. It was almost like something that was put in my spirit to understand that Adam was weak and was not supposed to be weak. Adam tolerated his wicked, disrespectful wife. So I teach men, when your wife is argumentative always arguing with you, always challenging you, always hate her. You have to hate that woman. Don't tolerate it, because that woman will put you in trouble. So I can already see your future. And why does the Bible see this? It says, a sensible daughter will get a husband. It is not getting the husband. That's not the easy part. It is keeping the husband. People like you are the type of people that your husband, because your husband is a lawkeeper, so he cannot throw you out. Do you know what he will do? When you're being disrespectful, disobedient, when you're not being respectful, when you don't have remorse, because I can see it when I punish you. Whenever I give you punishment, I can see that you're not remorseful. Your body language is very defiant, and you're only taking it because you're just here. I see that you are the type of person that your husband will discipline you and you will turn around and shout at him. You are the type that will be going into a shouting match with your husband. But pray that you get a weak man. And also, you are also the type of woman that will seek a weak man. You want a weak man, somebody you can control. A righteous man cannot reject you. They cannot divorce you. You know what they will do? They will marry another wife. Just like you see in the book of Esther. It happened in the book of Esther. Look, let me show you. Esther. The book of Esther chapter 1. Look what happened here. You have a Vashti spirit. Vashti. Let me just go straight to the point. So, I'm not going to read from verse 1, just for the sake of time. This is not why we're here. I just want to show you something about rebellious women. This woman, her name is Vashti. 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 Her husband was the king. Her husband had visitors. Her husband had visitors that came to see him. So her husband sent somebody, can you go to the back and call my wife? Simple. Her husband sent somebody to go, can you go to the back? Go and call my wife. Because they have visitors. And that is how we do it, even till today in Igbo land. If I come to visit your father, and your mother is in the back, your mother will come back and your mother will come out and come and say welcome to me, and then she will go back to the back. That is how we do it. So the king called Vashti because they had the visitors. To the king's surprise, let's see what Vashti did. Vashti the queen, made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mahun, Bezta, Habata, Bigta, Abaga, Zata, Akaku, 7 chamberlains served. Okay, all right. So he called these people. Verse 11. To bring Vashti, the queen, before the king, with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess her beauty. For she was fair to look upon. There were a lot of people that came for that feast. He said, go call my wife. Basically, she wants to introduce her wife to the people, for people to see his wife. His wife. What did she say? Verse 12. Esther 1:12. But the queen, Vashti, refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth. What is wroth? What is wroth?
Angry.
Angry. The king became wroth, and his anger burned in him. His anger burned in him. Now, later you can go and read it. Read the rest of the verses. Because you know what happened? Later, some people advised the king. They said to the king, you cannot allow this to happen. You cannot allow this to happen. You must punish your wife. If you do not punish her, then the women in this place will begin to disobey their husband. Because after all, the queen did it and nothing happened. Vashti disobeyed her husband and nobody did anything. So that was how they married Esther. So what the king did is that he now went and married Esther. He married Esther because of that. You can read the rest of the chapter and you'll see what I'm talking about. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husband in their eyes. They will hear what the queen did, how the queen, that her husband called her to come, she refused to come. The other women will hear it, and those women will begin to disobey their husband. You cannot let this go. That was how the king married Esther. So, people like you, and if you choose to go that way, or if you go that way, any woman that does not humble herself and know that her husband is her Lord, if you're dealing with a righteous man, he will not divorce you. He will not divorce you, but he will make your life a living hell. He will keep you, but he will despise you. These are things that your father and especially your mother, are supposed to teach you these things. It could be the spirit, it could be your spirit, I don't know what it is, but that thing, whatever it is, you need to get rid of it, you need to stop it. Humble yourself. I can see proudness. I can see you growing wing, your growing wing. And that wing will not help you. You are not remorseful. Whenever you do something wrong and you're disciplined, you're very defiant. There was something that you used to do. I had to stop you from doing that. I got complaints. People complain. Other adults complain that whenever you do something wrong and you're being disciplined, you'll be laughing. Grandma complained it. Elder Hyacinth complained it. Then you laugh. You do something wrong, an adult is rebuking you, an adult is telling you that what you did is wrong. You just be laughing. And the more you laugh, the more it made these people angry. That's part of the reason why grandma hates you so much. Part of the reason why she hates you is because that is one of the most biggest act of disrespect. When an elderly person is telling you that you did something wrong, instead of being remorseful, you just be laughing. You did it to grandma, you did it to Elder Hyacinth. You just be laughing. That one, I have stopped you from doing that. But still, it doesn't matter what you stopped, because this is who you are. This is you. You're being yourself. You're being yourself. And then in the next 20 years, next 15 years, when you will now be by yourself with no husband, you will now be wondering, what happened? What did I do wrong? If you're going to have this type of behavior, make sure that the person that marries you is not a lawkeeper. Because a lawkeeper will not tolerate these things. some animal some idiot out there in the world who does not keep the law can tolerate it. You know why? Because they have been conditioned to be like the Europeans. They've been conditioned to believe all kinds of nonsense that they believe. But a righteous man cannot put up with all these things. A word is enough for the wise. If you like, listen. If you don't like, keep on doing what you're doing. So, Sirach 22, verse 3, or verse 4. A sensible daughter will get a husband, but a shameless daughter brings her father grief. Why does he say that a shameless daughter brings her father grief? Because after somebody marries her and she follows her husband, she will now begin to do stuff like this, and her husband will be complaining all the time. Her husband will be calling the family. Oh, she did this. She will not do this. She did that. Oh my goodness. At some point, the father is going to just sit down and be wondering, what is happening? Almost every month, your father will be calling you. What did you do? Why is this? Why is that? Why was this? Well, at some point, the man will just be tired. The man will be in mourning, in grief, because of the behavior of the daughter. But the shameless daughter brings her father grief. A girl with no sense of propriety will disgrace both her husband and her father. Woo! There was one that happened in Umoji. There's a reverend sister I know in California. She's a reverend sister. She and I, we were like friends. We don't have anything personal. We are not boyfriend and girlfriend. It's just that, we talk, so, man, one day she gave me some phones to go and give her family in Umuji. I came back from California. So she told me while I was in California that her father was sick. Her father was sick. So I went to see her father. I went to see her father with another brother. Oh my goodness. Why am I saying this? Because of this one right here. A girl with no sense of propriety will disgrace both her husband and her father. Both her husband and her father. Now watch what happened. So we went to this place. I and one other brother. We came into their living room. I did some tests on the father. So this reverend sister in California has a sister, her elder sister. In that living room, when I came to see their father, Their father was there. His wife was there. The reverend sister's father. The father to the reverend sister. An elder sister to the reverend sister was also there with her husband and the rest of their family members. We were all in the living room. So I did some tests to their father. I checked his BP, I did some tests. And then the sister to the reverend sister, oh my goodness, she kept embarrassing her husband. How? How was she embarrassing her husband? Let me show you. Let me show you how. Let me see if I can show you. Let me show you how she was embarrassing her husband. She kept sitting like this, like exposing herself. And we're all sitting there. She just kept doing like this. In front of everybody. Her husband was there. Of course, I pretended as if I wasn't seeing what I was seeing. This woman was just spreading her leg. Spreading her leg. She likes to sit like this. At some point, her husband, and she was doing this, it was so obvious. She kept raising her leg. Her father was there. Her husband was there. So her husband was so embarrassed. Her husband was so embarrassed. So her husband said to her, her husband was like, can you please close your leg? Her husband called her. He's like, close your leg now. Close your leg now. So when her husband told her to close her leg, and then she's like, okay, she did like this. And then we kept talking. And then within 5 minutes, she started raising her leg again. It was so embarrassing for me because this woman, I kept seeing, like, she kept showing her underwear. After her husband told her, she kept doing it. That man was so embarrassed. And myself and the brother that I went to that place with, we kind of like, pretended as if we don't know what was going on. But we could see what was going on. We could see what was happening. We could see it. And we were like, it was so embarrassing. Because why is this woman doing this? Why is she doing this? But you know what? Oh, let me tell you what happened. So after we finished, after I saw their father, I was walking to the car. I started going to the car to leave. She followed me. She followed us. And she's like, oh, let me get your number. And let me have your number. I was so embarrassed. This woman's husband is here. And this woman is asking me for my number. It was so humiliating. Like, for her husband, I will never forget that incident. I will never forget it. She embarrassed her husband so much. She embarrassed her husband so much, it was not even funny. It was not even funny what she did to her husband in our face. She walked me, and I was so uncomfortable when she was asking me for my phone number. Her husband was up there. This woman followed me, asking me for my number. Like, she was so like free will. She talks anyhow. She laughs anyhow. She couldn't control herself. She was so free. Like, oh my goodness. No. Okay. I am who I am. Some things that because let me teach you guys something. In that situation, right? Because I taught them some things, right? Let's say she needed my phone number. Listen carefully. Whenever your husband is around and you need somebody's phone number, tell your husband to go and get it from a man. If you need to talk to a man, maybe that man is a doctor, that man is a herbalist, that man is a pastor, that man is whatever, and there's a good reason for you to get that man's phone number, please do not go to that person and ask for their phone number when your husband is there. Don't do it. The reason why that woman did it, you know why? Who can tell me why she did it? Who can tell me why?
Because the time she was going on, but not 3 hours. Because the time that she was still going.
Yes, thank you so much. You're very intelligent. That's it. That's exactly what I was going to say. She was not taught well. Do you see that thing that she was doing when she was sitting down? That thing that she cannot close her leg, right? It's not that she was doing it intentionally. That woman did not do that intentionally. That thing that she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind another man seeing her underwear. She doesn't mind with another man seeing her pants. The reason why she kept sitting like that is because she was not properly taught when she was a little girl. when she was 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, 13 years. By the time they get to 14, 15, it's too late. The time that you teach them how to sit down is when they are young. You see that thing that she was asking me for my phone number in front of her husband is because she was not taught. So I don't really blame her 100%. And the things I'm telling you, is because I care. If I hate you, I won't be telling you this. If I hate you, I will not be telling you this. But I will make sure that you're not around me. I'll just make sure that you go. I'll throw you out. I am telling you this, why? So that you can change. So that you can learn. That's why. If not, I won't tell you. After all, it's none of my business. What do I care? I don't care. I don't care. It's none of my business. So nobody taught this woman how to sit. Nobody taught her that when you sit down, you make sure that the things I teach you guys. I teach you that no man is supposed to see your underwear except your husband. No man is supposed to see your underwear, your pant. We call it pant here, they call it underwear in America. No man is supposed to see your underwear or your pant except your husband. I teach you those things. But when a girl is not taught stuff like that, that's why she was sitting like that. And why are we talking about this right now? Sirach 22:5. Sirach 22:5. A girl with no sense of propriety will disgrace both her husband and her father. That was why I told you that story that happened in Umuoji. Because her father was in that living room. Her husband was in that living room. It was so bad that her husband called her name. I can't remember her name, but let's say her name was like Mary. Her husband was like, Mary, close your leg now. Close your leg now. Close your leg. That was what her husband said. Close your leg now. Because she kept opening her leg. And it was like, I and the other brother, we are human beings. We are men. If you want to open your leg and show us your underwear in front of everybody, if you are a little child, I might tell you to close your leg. If you're a woman, sometimes we're not too eager to tell you to close your leg. You see what happened during the feast? Do you people see what happened during the feast? With that woman that was wearing short skirt. Twice, 2 days in a row, I gave her something to cover herself. She was not even embarrassed. She was not embarrassed. If in front of everybody, I give you something to cover your nakedness, because she was wearing short skirt. This woman came to join us in the feast, this last Feast of Tabernacle. She came to join us, and she was wearing short skirt. So I had to literally give her a piece of, I gave her something to cover her nakedness. Guess what? After that day, because where she sat in a place, right, where, because of that short skirt that she was wearing, if she doesn't control herself, I was seeing her underwear. So I had to take something and give her to cover her leg. She covered her leg. Okay, no problem. Do you know that after like a day or two, she did the same thing again, and I had to give her something to cover her leg. We have no reason to not be right with Yah. We have no reason. Why? Because we have everything we need to learn. Listen. I am teaching you these things because I love you, like a father. Like a father. Look at what it says. Look, watch. Look at what it says. A girl with no sense of priority or propriety will disgrace both her father and her husband. Now watch this. Watch. Neither will have any respect for her. Neither will have any respect for her. This is one of the reasons men marry another wife. I pray that your husband will not marry another wife because of your behavior. Because if your husband marry another wife because of your behavior, that's not good. Let him marry another wife because he wants to, or for other reasons. Let it not be because he has no respect for you. Do you think that a woman that behaved like that I told you, her husband will not respect her? Because she's disgracing her husband. And if you are a woman that, you cover your package for your husband, there are women, oh my goodness, something happened to me in Los Angeles one day. I saw a Muslim woman that covered her head for herself. I saw her and I tried to compliment her. Do you know what a compliment is?
Yes.
What is a compliment?
Let me just get that. Like someone dressed good, like you look so good. Like
Yeah.
complimenting the person.
Yes, thank you. So I saw her and I wanted to compliment her. Do you know she didn't even talk to me? This woman would not talk to me. She just kept walking. And it seems like in the Islamic culture, like some of their women, they don't like men talking to them. It is also like disrespectful for you to talk to a man's wife without talking to the husband. Like it's like, I think it's like part of their culture that it is disrespectful to be talking to a woman, when her husband is there. So there are certain types of behavior, certain things that you will be doing. You won't say anything, just by doing this thing, your husband will love you. When you package your goods, your package, your ass, your breast, your body, when you, without saying anything, when you are always covering it up, you cover yourself. Like when you're going out, if you want to go out, you wear, what do you call that type of dress that they bring, the type that you guys are doing? What do you call that type of dress?
You want to have stitches. Flea gown.
Okay, flea gown.
Flea gown.
Flea gown, okay, flea gown, thank you. I don't know they call it flea gown. I thought they said like, okay, so it's called flea gown. You see, flea gown, right? This is what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can show you. Wait, hold on. Flea gown. I think I have pictures of flea gown. This is what I am talking about. When you wear stuff like this, it doesn't show your laps. My apologies for those of you who are on YouTube. I know it's kind of hard to see this. Hold on, let me try and zoom in. I apologize. Okay, so this is an example of a flea gown, right? What I'm saying is that the point that I'm making Remember, we were reading a place that talked about your husband respecting you. Let me give you a trick. Let me give you a trick. I want to teach you something. When you wear stuff that covers your nakedness, right? Things like this. When somebody marries you, when your husband marries you, right? When you wear stuff like this, when you're going out, at some point, your husband is going to notice that whenever you are going out, you are always covering, you're wearing things like this. Something that will be, you will not show your shape, will not show your ass, will not show your nipples. But then, when you come to the house, when you are alone with your husband, you are being very sexual. You're being, you're wearing short things. Inside the house, your husband will eventually notice this, and it will make him to love you more. I'm not even talking about love. I'm talking about what? Respect. Respect. Neither will have any respect for her. Neither will have any respect for her. And it's good for your husband to have respect for you. But that respect has to be earned. That respect has to be earned. Do you know that there's a way that you will behave? If anybody tells your husband, do you know that accidents do happen? Let me give you an example right now. Let me give you an example. I want to give you, just listen to this example, listen to this, because this might happen to you. One day, when you have a husband, right, you might be walking on the street, minding your business. Just walking, singing, walking, and then you see like a bike, motorcycle, that goes inside a hotel. And as that motorcycle is going inside the hotel, phone will fall down from that motorcycle. The person on that bike will lose their phone. You see a phone that fell, you saw it when it fell, the motorcycle now goes inside a hotel. Or it could be a bag that fell. I want to ask you a question. Are you going to keep walking? Are you going to just leave that phone there and keep walking? No. Are you going to leave it and keep walking? You saw the phone. You saw that the person you know how motorcycle, how Okada drop people off. The Okada is going in a hotel to drop somebody. As they were going in, their phone fell or their bag fell. Are you going to leave that bag and keep walking?
No.
You're going to pick it up, right?
Yes.
And go give to them. Now watch this. And I pray that this will never happen to you. What happens if you go and give them that thing that fell? They thank you, and then you turn around and you're walking out. As you're coming out of the hotel, somebody that knows you sees you coming out of that hotel. Maybe it's your husband's colleague at work. Maybe it's something, whatever. And then they might see your husband. Oh, I saw your wife coming out of that hotel or whatever, something. Your husband will be thinking, what is she doing in a hotel? And then you tell your husband, actually I was walking and I saw somebody's phone fell, somebody's bag fell, and I went to the hotel. Do you know that some people will not believe that story? You know that, right?
Yes.
But it depends on the type of relationship you have with your husband. Because if you are the type of man, a woman that shuns men, you know what shunning mean? Shun. Shun.
Like a person do like a person do something and you really start shouting at the person.
No. Shun. To shun somebody. To shun someone. Shun. If you don't know, it's okay. You can tell me you don't know, I will tell you. Let me give you a picture of what it means to shun someone. If you are the type of a woman that shuns men, right? I think this is it. Oh my goodness. This girl. This is in Mbuka, where I go to fix the car. I have never met a girl like this, and her behavior made me to like her. I like this girl because of what she does. You know what she does? This is their store. There's a lot of useless men in this place. I took this picture when? Let's see when I took this picture. This was details. That was about some time ago when I came back from the US. Oh, it's not showing the date up here. This picture was taken in February 2021. February 2021. I came back in January 2021. Or I came back around that February. That was the first time I came back after so many years in the US. The first time I came back, we went to fix the car. To fix this car. This girl, let me tell you what she does. She knows how to shun men. You will never see her smile at a man. They have a store. You see, they sell beer. This is a crate of beer. So you have a lot of touts, useless men that come around that place. Do you know if she's inside the store, even me, if I come inside that store, she will get up. She will serve you, give you whatever you want come to buy, and then she'll go and sit outside. She'll go and sit outside. She does not like to stay in the same room with a man. She's so mean to men that she doesn't smile at all. I notice it, that like if you talk to her, this is this, blah, 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 you never see her smile. She shuns men, she will shun you. She will not even give you opportunity to talk. She is the opposite of most girls. Most girls, oh, Ne, how are you? Hi. I'm fine. You are now giving people opportunity to chase you. How are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. You keep walking. That man will know that, oh no, there's no road here. And men love girls like this. They love girls like this. Righteous men. When a man asks you, how are you? You start smiling. I'm fine. What are you smiling for? You're giving that man a green light. Why? It is this type of behavior that when your husband see you coming out of a hotel like that, he will, be suspicious. But if you, it actually starts with your virginity. It starts with your virginity. Because if you kept your virginity until wedding night, your husband must respect you. Your husband will never accuse you of, being with other men. So that example I gave you with you going inside a hotel to give somebody their bag or their phone, if somebody sees you coming out of that place and they tell your husband trusts you. Because first of all, you kept yourself pure before you met him. You kept your virginity before you met him. And that will also make your husband to behave. Some women today, their husband will be sleeping in a hotel, chasing women around, and then when they complain, their husband will shout at them and say, "Leave me alone! You did your own! Were you a virgin when I married you? Were you a virgin? Oh, you have done your own, so now you don't want me to do my own. Leave me alone!" Some men are like that. They go now. There's so many hotels in Asaba. They go to Asaba. They sleep 2 days, 3 days with women. I saw somebody the other day. I went to see somebody. He told me, I was in Asaba. I haven't been around. I was in Asaba. That's where they go. A lot of women in Asaba. Lots of prostitutes. Lots of hotels. If they have any serious money, they go to Asaba. They lodge in a hotel for 2-3 days. If you call him for money, he'll tell you, "I don't have any money." But he has money to pay 10,000-15,000 per night. He has money to sit down in a hotel, in a table. He spends 60,000-70,000 in a day and pay for hotel. And then after 2-3 days, he will come back. If you now talk to him, he will start shouting and telling you, "After all, you did your own. Were you a virgin when I married you? Were you a virgin? You did your own. Now you don't let me do my own. Leave me alone, let me do my own." You're not going to say anything. What are you going to say? He's right. He is right. You did yours. You did yours. But if you're a virgin, he can never say something like that. We are not worldly people. We are not worldly people. So let us be careful not to act like worldly people. Let us be careful not to act like worldly people. I think I was going to Imo State when I saw this girl. This is also some of the things that will make your husband not to respect you. Stuff like this, dressing like this, makes your husband not to respect you. When you wear stuff like this, why are you showing your body to men? Like, why? I'm just reading the book of Sirach that talked about your husband respecting you. There are certain things that you will do, it will cause your husband not to respect you. When you do certain things. I'm saying all this in love. Almost around the same time, I took this picture in a Navy. I saw this woman and I took this picture. Is she not beautiful? But she's not out here showing her butt, showing her breast. She's not out here doing that. Look at what she's wearing. Look at this one. Look at what she's wearing. She's not out here doing this. She covered herself. Do you think that she dressed like this inside? They don't dress like this inside though. She does not dress like inside. She will take this thing off. Inside she will seduce her husband. But her husband will love her because when she comes outside, she doesn't dress like this. When she comes outside, she does not, she dresses like this outside. Now look at my sister. Look at my sister. Your husband can never respect you when you wear stuff like this. Your husband can never respect you. I will never respect a woman that dresses like this. If you're my wife and you're dressing like this, I will hate you. I will despise you. Yeah, I may not be able to divorce you. But the Bible never said I cannot separate from you. I may never divorce you, but the Bible did not say don't separate from her. Oh no, I will separate from you. Yeah, I will still be married, but I'll make sure I put you away somewhere else. Or if I live in a place with you, I will leave you in that place and I'll go and live somewhere else. I'll go and build somewhere else or buy somewhere else and stay there. If you want money, come, I will give you money. If you want sex, come, I will give you sex. But to be with you in the same place, go continue playing your whore. And if I ever find out that another man have laid with you, that is the end of that marriage. Biblically, yes. Deuteronomy 24, 1-4. If another man sleep with your wife, that marriage will end. Your husband can never respect you when you dress like that. Neither will any have respect for her. Let's continue going. Verse 6. Verse 6. Lecturing your children can sometimes be as out of place as singing to people in mourning. But a whipping is a wise choice for discipline at any time. Who can explain to me what this is saying? What is lecturing?
Lecturing is teaching.
Okay. What I'm doing here is lecturing. When I called you yesterday, when I called all of you, or lecturing you. The Bible says that lecturing your children, you are my children, lecturing your children can sometimes be as out of place as singing to people in mourning. When people are crying, when somebody dies and people are crying, is that a good time to go and sing to them? It's not. So if on a call about lecturing your children sometimes can be as like you're singing to people who are in mourning. Now, but weeping, what is weeping? Weep. But weeping is a wise choice of discipline at any time. Italy, but wise choice of discipline at any time. Weeping, is a wise choice of discipline. Because it's not all the time. The other day we went to preach. We went out that day, like last week, and Favor started crying. I looked at Favor. I was so angry at Favor. Because Favor was crying. Favor did not tell me why he was crying. He did not tell me anything. He just started crying. If he was here in this house, I would have flogged Favor. But you know what? I did not say anything to Favor. I looked at her and I was so angry at him. I looked at him and I was so angry. But I did not say anything. Why? Because that is the wrong place for me to say something. I am about to start preaching. I'm supposed to start shouting at him? No. So me talking to Favor at that time, because he started crying for no reason, me talking to him at that very moment is like me singing to people in mourning. That is out of place. But at that moment, I could take his right there without saying anything. So Bible is telling you that flogging your child is the right choice at any time. Weeping is a wise choice of discipline at any time. Trying to teach a fool is like gluing a broken pot back together. Broken pot. Gluing it back together. What does it mean to glue a broken pot? What does that mean? You can glue it, but not required. When a pot is broken and you gather that pot that is broken, or a glass of water that broke, You gather it and you want to use a glue to glue it together. Is it going to work? That is what it's like to teach a fool. And that is what I saw on Olu Ebube. I saw that you cannot teach her. I tried. Did I not try? I tried to teach this girl how to read. I tried so hard to teach her. And it became so clear that you can't teach this person. You can't. The other one too, Chiemelie, same thing. Chiemelie is like, it's unteachable. Unteachable. And that's what this is saying. That trying to teach a fool is like gluing a broken boy. Do you guys remember that man that we saw that 2 nights ago? That man that you guys were talking with when I came. Do you see? Are you not tired of listening to that man? Do you not get headache? You see how again? Do you not see what was happening? Siba. If you go this way, you go this way. Trying to teach a fool is like trying to glue together a broken pot. Like walking someone out of a deep sleep. Like waking someone out of a deep sleep. Is it easy to wake somebody out of a deep sleep? When somebody is in deep sleep, you can't just touch them. Hey, wake up, and they wake up. No, you have to push them. You push them and push them before they can come back. So it's not that easy, trying to teach a fool. But if somebody wants to learn, they will learn, So for me, I am not against you because you don't know something. Oh, no. No. If you don't know something, you don't know it. Me, there's a time I did not know it. There's nothing wrong with you because you don't know something. But, if you're willing to learn, you will learn. Explaining something to a fool is like explaining it to a sleepy person. When you have finished, he will say, what was that again? Like somebody is feeling sleepy. The other day, your mother, Ma David, came to me during the feast. I was in the car. I was about to leave in the car. I don't know, I was in the car. I don't know if I can't remember if I was about to leave, but I was in the car. Ma David came and was talking to me. Brother, I want to see you. This is that, this is this. And as she was talking, I was like, and then I'll be listening again. And then she'll be talking, this is this, this is that. She's talking, and then she realized that I was sleeping. And then she said, I can see you're tired. I think she said that we'll talk later. Because she can see I was tired. So trying to explain something to a foolish person is like explaining something to somebody who is asleep. Because at some point, like it happens to me, sometimes we're online. Sometimes we'll be online. Somebody will start asking questions. It happens once in a while. A brother or sister will start asking questions. As they're asking questions, I'll fall asleep. And then when they finish talking, I'll wake up. Because, sometimes you can be standing up and sleeping.
Yes.
You can be standing up and sleeping. It happens. Me, I sit down, I'm sleeping. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting like this, but you don't know that I'm sleeping. But I'm sitting there. You think I'm there with you. I'm not there with you. I've gone away. My body is just sitting there with you. So sometimes somebody will be asking questions. They will start talking, I will start hearing them at the beginning. At some point, I will sleep, but I'm sitting there. And then I will say something, because I'm so embarrassed to say, I don't want them to know that I'm sleeping. I will say something like this. Could you please repeat that thing again? Because I did not hear what they said because I was sleeping. So I will say exactly what you say here. Exactly what it says here. I will say, what was that again? So but I don't say what was that. I will say something like, could you please try to explain that again? Or I will say, did anybody hear what they said? Can you hear me? Did anybody hear what they said? Can you please? But they don't know that because I was sleeping. Because I was tired. We've done the congregation here in the morning time and then in the evening time. So sometimes I do get very, very tired. I get very, very tired. And, so the Bible is telling us, Sirach 22 is telling us that is what it's like trying to explain to a fool. And I would like you to know something. Please, there's nothing wrong with you arguing with people. There's nothing wrong with you debating the Bible and arguing like we did with that man that night. But my point is, let's say you go out to preach, or you go in front of the congregation, or you go house to house. Sometimes people will deliberately want to argue with you so that they can stop you from going to the places you want to go. Sometimes when you're talking, like when you see me talking, sometimes somebody will start talking because they want to stop me from talking. So they will start an argument with me to divert me so we can start arguing. No. If I'm going house to house, if you bring out 10, if you bring out 10 of this and you want to go into 10 house, go to 10 house. If you come into a house and you explain it to them, turn around and go. If they call you and ask you a question, answer a few questions. But my point is this: please do not stay there for 30 minutes, you're still arguing with somebody. 45 minutes, you're still arguing. Know that you're not going to win that argument. The truth is that the person who is going to keep the law will keep the law. The person that will not keep the law, it doesn't matter what you explain, it doesn't matter what you say, you can talk all you want, the person will not keep the law. Those that will keep the law will keep the law. Those that will not keep the law will not keep the law. You can talk all you want. Do you not see that man that came that day and took that poster from the wall and started writing Bible verses? I saw him again last night. And I asked, and then he told me that there was a problem with his phone because he said he was going to come. So anyway, my point is, just argue with people. But if you have a goal, if you're going somewhere, don't let somebody hold you with argument. You need to learn that sometimes people will want to be arguing with you so they can stop you from going to where you want to go. So sometimes it's good to debate the Bible with people. Sometimes it's good to focus on what you're doing and move forward. All right, so let's continue. Verse 11, Sirach 22:11. We mourn for the dead because they have no access to light. We ought to mourn for fools because they have no access to intelligence. You understand what that means? We mourn when somebody dies. When somebody dies, we cry. We cry because that person will be put inside a coffin. The person will be put inside the coffin and put into the ground, right? The Bible is saying that we should also cry for a foolish person because they have no intelligence. In fact, we should go into deeper mourning for fools because the life they lead is worse than death. The dead at least have rest. For 7 days we mourn the dead. But a foolish or ungodly person causes a lifetime of grief. So those who don't want to keep the law are foolish. Those who reject the law, they are foolish. We shouldn't be like those people. Don't visit stupid people. Don't visit stupid people or spend a lot of time talking with them. Those who don't want to keep the law, those who are breaking the law, avoid them. It is not that you will not talk with them. It's not that you will not talk with them. It's not that you avoid them, but don't how many people do you see that visit me? Almost nobody that visit me. I don't really have friends. The only person that can be my friend now is somebody that all right. So we're continuing. We had some technical problem. All right. So it says, oh my goodness, it says avoid them. Then they can't contaminate you. They cannot contaminate you. Oh man. Part of the reason why I don't have friends is because I don't want them to contaminate me. You know, it's not like I cannot have friends. The friends that I do have, I don't get too close to them. And they don't get too close to me. You know? So be careful with the type of friends you have. There's no reason for you to have a friend who does not keep the law. Don't have friends of those who do not keep the law. And you can live in peace without being troubled or worn down by their foolishness. Such people are heavier burdened to bear than lead. And the only word that fits them is fools. It is easier to carry a load of sand, salt, or iron than to put up with a stupid person. Be careful when you make friends. A wooden beam can be put into a building so firmly that an earthquake cannot shake it loose. A person can be trained to use reason and good sense so well that he keeps his head when crisis comes. A mind that thinks things through intelligently is a firm wall, finely decorated. Small stones on top of a wall will not stay put when the wind blows. And a person whose stupid ideas have made him timid will not be able to stand up to frightening situations. So we're just giving you proverbs, different proverbs, all warning us to be wise. Just be wise, to be intelligent, be aware, and just be mindful and think. We shouldn't just be normal people. We should be people of the Most High and think. So now we're going into friendship. We have like 10 verses to go. Friendship. If you stick something in your eyes, tears will flow. And if you hurt a person deeply, you will discover his true feelings. If you throw rocks at birds, you will scare them away. And if you insult a friend, you will break up the friendship. Even if you have a violent argument with a friend and speak sharply, all is not lost. You can still make up with him. But any friend will leave you if you insult him. If you are arrogant, if you reveals his secret, or if you turn on him unexpectedly. So when we have friends, we are to be careful. We can have friends, so having friends is not a bad thing, but it is better to have a friend that keeps the law. It is better to have a friend that keeps the law. And this gives you a list of things that can break your friendship. Sometimes you need a friend. You need someone, because sometimes you might be in need. You might need someone, maybe you're sick, you need someone to be by your side. So this is just telling you the things that can cause you to lose your friends. And what are those things? When you insult that person, don't insult your friend. Everybody know it again, both directly and indirectly. If you're too arrogant, arrogant. What is arrogant? Yeah, arrogant. All this like arrogance. When you're too proud, you always making noise and just talking anyhow and trying to act like you're better than everyone else. That's arrogance. So arrogance can spoil friendship. If you reveal your friend's secret, try if your friend tells you something, don't go and tell other people. That's your friend. If he finds out or if she finds out, she will end that friendship. Okay? Or if you turn on him unexpectedly, if you turn on your friend unexpectedly. Now, if they do something wrong, you should tell people if they do something. You should tell the truth. You don't stand behind your friend just because he's a friend when you know that they did something wrong. If your friend do something wrong, admit that they do something wrong. Tell the truth. Don't hide it because it's that person is your friend. 23. Gain the confidence of your neighbor. If he is poor, then you can share his happiness. If he becomes successful, stand by him when he is in trouble. Gain the confidence of your neighbor if he is poor. If you have a neighbor who is poor, don't ignore him. Don't do because my neighbor is not poor. My neighbor doesn't have money. You hate him. You despise him. You disrespect him just because he has no money. No. If you have neighbor, help your neighbors. Be friends with them. Be friendly with them. Because you never know. Your neighbor might become rich tomorrow. Your neighbor might become rich. Then you can share his happiness if he becomes successful. Stand by him. Stand by him when he is in trouble. If you want to share with him when better times come his way. So don't just only deal with people you can get something from. Don't deal with only rich people. Deal with those who are poor too. Be friendly to them. Don't only have rich friends. Because that poor person might become rich tomorrow. Fumes and smoke appear before the flame do. Insult come before violence. Fume and smoke. Listen carefully. Listen. Fume and smoke. Fumes and smoke appear before violence. Who can explain to me what that is? What is happening? Why am I knocking things out? Why am I knocking everything out? Just pushing things. Oh my goodness. Oh, and we're almost done. I'm just like pushing things around and just pushing things and knocking things. Who can explain to me what it means when it says that fumes and smoke appear before violence? Who can tell me? What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means that before something gets to worst, like it's going to start gradually, or it gets worse.
Okay. Fumes and smoke. What is fumes?
Like Amu.
Anwolo, yes. Fumes and smoke appears before fire. Before there's a fire, there's usually smoke. There's usually smoke. Fumes and smoke appear before the flames. Insult come before violence. Listen. If I see a man, his head is touching on this ceiling. His arm is like this. He's like a giant. Big. Huge. My head is on his here. My head. Okay. All right. So, my brothers and sisters, it says that fumes and smoke appear before the flame. Insult come before violence. Insult come before violence. Listen. I'm talking to men and women. I have a relative. I told you about him. He is dead. How did he die? He got into a fight with someone. The person carried him person carried him like this. The person carried him like this and threw him on the ground. The person carried him and threw him on the ground. He broke his spinal cord. He broke his spinal cord. Do you know what a spinal cord is?
And the point that is between somebody back and the breast.
If the spinal cord is broken, the person can no longer move. Nobody will move again. You can't move your hand. You can't move your. Once the person will just sit like this. To eat, they have to feed the person. The leg, the hand, nothing will walk. This hand and this hand will no longer walk. The person will just lay down. They can't even feed themselves when a spinal cord is broken. So the way he died is that he was picked up and he was thrown to the ground. He broke his spinal cord. That is how he died. They call him Monkino Fine. But I found out where Monkino Fine. That is how he died. Do not go into a fight. Avoid fighting with people. Avoid fight. Somebody can seriously injure you and run away. Avoid fights. Somebody can kill you. Highest, they will spend 10 years in prison or 20 years in prison. Highest, you're dead. Avoid fights by all means. Insult comes before violence. If you're a woman, hold your mouth. Hold your mouth. When you insult, violence can come. It says that insult comes before violence. Hold your mouth. Don't be looking at white people, the Europeans, and try to act like them. Their culture is different. Their system is different. Because some of them slap their husband, doesn't mean you should slap your husband. There are certain things you will tell your husband, that thing can lead to violence against you. I'm teaching you this thing for you to live in reality. So, violence can lead to, insult can lead to violence. Be very careful. Don't be running your mouth in your home. Learn how to behave yourself and conduct yourself well. If you're too insulting and you're insulting people, it can lead to them beating you. "25. I will never, Verse 25, I will never be afraid to protect a friend. I will never be afraid to protect a friend, and I will never turn a friend away if he needs me. If I suffer because of him, everyone who learns of it will be on guard against him." So try to be loyal to your friends. It's hard to find a good friend. I don't really have a friend. I just have friends. Friends, people that I know, we talk. But to have like a personal friend, I don't really have a personal friend. 27. I wish that a guard could be placed at my mouth. I wish a guard could be placed at my mouth, that my lips could be wisely sealed. That my lips should be widely sealed. It will keep me from making mistakes. It will keep me from making mistakes and prevent me from destroying myself. It will keep me from making mistakes and prevent me from destroying myself. Okay, so let me finish it off from here. I wish that a guard could be placed at my mouth, that my lips could be wisely sealed. It will keep me from making mistakes and prevent me from destroying myself with my tongue. Who can explain to me what this is talking about? What does this mean? Yes. Yes. So basically, left for me. What this is saying is, left for me. I will prefer that. Left for me. I will prefer that there's a glue on my lip. So in that way, I don't say something that will put me in trouble. So in other words, I need to be careful so I don't say things that will get me in trouble. There are certain things that we can say that will get us in trouble. So we have to be very careful, very, very careful on the things we say. Very, very careful. So that we don't end up finding ourselves in a situation where we'll be regretting what we said in the past. Be very careful in the things you say. Watch out. Act like a child that is raised with the scriptures. Be very careful, be very mindful. Don't do things anyhow. Just like that. Think about it before you do it. Make sure it's according to the law of the Most High. So all praises to our Heavenly Father. We give the Most High all the glory and all the honor for His love and His kindness. We have come to the end of Sirach chapter 22. Like as I said before, tomorrow we might continue with Sirach 23 tomorrow, or we might just continue. We might start a new program about health. I want to start focusing on health here on YouTube. I don't have much of health videos. I do know a little bit about health. I know a little bit about how to cure certain diseases and stuff like that. And I would love to start sharing that as soon as possible. So what we're going to be doing today, what we're going to be doing tomorrow is that tomorrow we might start studying about health, or we might continue with the book of Sirach. I'm not sure yet. I'll find out by tomorrow. Check out my Facebook. On Facebook, you'll see the program we did earlier today. We went out, we preached on the street, and then we came back and started this broadcast. So all praises to our Heavenly Father. I give the Most High all the glory and all the honor for His love and His kindness. I thank the Most High for opening our eyes and giving us the opportunity to keep His commandment. I'm very grateful, very thankful. My phone number is available. Please feel free to give me a call. You're welcome to give me a call. If you have any question, I would love to speak to you if you have any question. So all praises to our Heavenly Father. Check out my website, www.commandmentschool.com. You download the Commandment School, Commandment book from the Commandment School. That's my website, commandmentschool.com. Go there and download the Commandment book. So all praises to the Most High for His love and His kindness. We're going to close now. I'm going to close, and then I will see you tomorrow. We're going to be live again tomorrow. So all praises to our Heavenly Father. May your peace and protection be upon you.